What's up, you guys? Alicia Shepard with the Nucleus, and today we are discussing how do you pick your commercial real estate brokerage. Choosing your commercial real estate brokerage isn't just about the name on the door or the one that's going to be on your sign. It's really about your future, how fast you grow, how much money you keep in your pocket, who you become. Whether you're drawn to a big corporate machine or scrappy entrepreneurial networks where you really get to build from scratch, the brokerage you pick will shape your entire career. So let's break it down today. No fluff and no cheerleader pom-poms cheering for my team or yours. This is just going to be straight real talk on how you pick the right platform for you. So let's look at first tier one, the institutional firm. This is going to be firms like CBRE, JLL, Cushman & Wakefield. You might go here because you want credibility and brand power, something that has instant recognition, especially with institutional clients. If you're going into a commercial real estate career and you really want to make sure that someone knows your brand name right out the gate when you show up or on your business card, simply when you show it to them, these are the firms that you might pick. And those make sense for those reasons. But at the end of the day, these are going to have some things that are pros and cons, just like any other shop. These are going to have built-in infrastructure, things like a research team, admin support, proprietary tech, and deep investor relationships. These will give you large-scale listings with access to the biggest deals in the biggest markets. And that might not be for you if you want a lot of flexibility in your business. See, when you go into a firm like that, they're going to give you a very designed and designated seat. You won't get to be the agent with your hand on everything, and you won't necessarily get to be the agent where you are the one in relationship with the client and your name on the deal or your name in the comp. You'll probably have a very specific employment-like seat on a bus, on a team, working in a transaction. If you're looking for a brokerage experience, it's more like employment and less like a real estate brokerage professional, then this is the type of brokerage for you. It may not be for you if you are looking for a lot of flexibility, if you want to design your own marketing and you want to be entrepreneurial in your deal structure. One of the cons here is that commission splits can be very low. They're often structured to benefit the top producers on the team that have been here for a long time, that are proven talent, that have risen to the top, if you will, the cream at the top of the ladder. The institutional firms really do celebrate their top talent, their icons, their billboard headliner names. There's a lot of bureaucracy and corporate structure inside these firms. And so if you're in a career path inside these firms, these can feel very rigid and political at times. Sometimes you can feel like joining the military inside these firms. I've been in one of these. And if you want prestige and structure, these are great. These work. It just takes time. You're not going to get it instant. You're not going to get it fast. And you're not going to get it in a term or defined way that you pick. You're going to get it in an outlined, structured way that someone else defined. And if you aren't the one that they chose to be the leading horse, you're not going to get it. You're just going to be the one in the bench. That's just how it works. Now, the next tier would be a mid-size regional firm, and these exist everywhere. These are firms like Avis & Young and Lee & Associate. A lot of agents pick to go here because this is where you get a really healthy balance of structure and freedom. This is where regional leadership is often more hands-on, so you're less likely to get lost in the shuffle of things, right? This is where culture can be really tight. It's maybe a little less cutthroat than some of those larger corporate structures, and there's more room to grow so long as you are consistent. This will still give you access to some larger deals, especially if you are in a secondary or tertiary market. This might not be for you if you are looking for national reach, right? They have a limited national reach. Regionally, they're really strong, but they may not have full geographic coverage. Brand equity is not always in place with these. Regionally, again, very strong, but they're not always structured everywhere. A great example of that is Kidder Matthews, huge presence in some portions of the country, and they're not in others. Lastly, the support varies. Some offices operate more like franchises, and results in these brands is many times going to depend on the local leadership. Think of these almost like a regional airline, right? It gets you far. It can actually get you really far. It just isn't going to get you everywhere. You're going to learn a lot and you're still going to have to hustle. So if you want a blend of support and structure with a lot of entrepreneurialism that you can bring to the table, and you're willing to be consistent in your own efforts, this is a model that works really great for you.
Hey folks, Bruce with Nucleus Commercial. Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to ask you if you take a moment and subscribe to our channel and click that little bell so you're notified every time we drop a new video. We always answer questions, and likes and comments really help us know if we're on track and giving you what you want. Now back to Alicia.
The third tier is entrepreneurial brokerage models. This is something like a KW Commercial, a SVN, and boutique firms. You might go somewhere like this because you want a lot of ownership and autonomy in your business. This is where you build your own brand under the umbrella of a larger national or even global real estate entity. This is where you're going to keep more commission and you're going to control your identity. This is best for someone who is really good and strong at building a business and is really crystal clear that they own and run their own business. If you have a track record of being a leader and an entrepreneur and you're great at building teams, building a book of business, then this is for you. But ultimately, this is also really good if you are strong at training, collaboration, and tech. Some platforms like KW Commercial and even EXP offer top tier coaching, training systems, and multi-state expansion models. This might not be for you if you're looking for massive name recognition in the beginning of your career, because you're going to need to prove your own value. This is where hustle pays off, and your own track record is going to speak for itself. You're not leaning on anyone else's name, but your own. No one is coming to save you in these models, and there's not a lot of hand holding. You've got to be self-led and you've got to be resourceful. There's inconsistent office culture in these sometimes too. You can't wait for your local leadership in one office to be identical to the local leadership in another. And you certainly can't wait for anyone else to scale your business for you. This is one where the best advocate for your business is yourself. So at the end of the day, here's the truth. None of these models is better or worse. They're just different. If you want a long runway and a big machine to learn in and to go in and to go far in, you might need to go institutional. But bear in mind, they're going to assign a seat to you, and that seat is up to them, not to you. If you want balance and support and freedom, and you're really looking for kind of that very stable, steady career that doesn't have huge spikes and doesn't necessarily have a huge amount of risk, then that regional model is going to feel really safe. And if you want ownership, autonomy, and leverage, and you want to be super entrepreneurial, well, then that third tier where a model like KW Commercial or SVN might be exactly what you're looking for. But at the end of the day, wherever you go, you don't want to pick based on brand alone, and you don't want to pick based solely on what you want today. Don't pick just on split. Don't pick just on the brand name. Really what you want to pick on is culture. Pick based on who you want to become, because the culture you surround yourself inside that brokerage is going to make a difference in your success. The culture that you surround yourself day in and day out is going to make a difference in not only who you decide to become in your career, but who your clients get to witness you become. At Nucleus Plus, we coach agents across all models. We are not agnostic or only inside one brokerage. So if you want to get clear on what's right for your future and how to thrive once you're there, Download our free checklist, the 10 questions you must ask when picking a brokerage. It's great if you're just getting started or if you're asking if you're at the right brokerage right now. Click the link, subscribe, and let's build your career from the inside out.